please like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Hello, welcome to King Cole 1965 for all things Nat King Cole and more. I'm your host, Danny Lamar Evans. In today's video, I'll be discussing one of the great singers. He played Johnny Fontaine. The man's name is Al Martino, and we'll be talking about his years at Capitol Records. And before we get started, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon so you'll be updated for all my future videos and to help the channel grow. Now, Al Martino began performing at local nightclubs before moving to New York City in 1958. And then by 1951, his first single appeared on the Jubilee label, Heaven Help Me, I'm Not in Love, backed by with Hurry Home to Me. The following year, he took the spotlight on a national television show, appearing on Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts, which to me was an updated version of American Idol. Martino stunned the audiences with his performance of Perry Como's hit, If, and he won first place. Now that same year, Martino signed with a Philadelphia-based label, BBS, and he recorded a ballad called Here in My Heart. Now before this song was ever recorded, they had another singer in mind to do the recording, and that was Al's good friend, Mario Lanza. But Mario Lanza stepped aside and could go ahead and let Al record it instead, which made it a major hit. In June of 1952, Here in My Heart went straight to #1 in the US, holding the top spot for 3 weeks. Later on that year, it made history in the UK by becoming the very first #1 hit in a newly created UK singles chart. The song stayed at the top for 9 weeks, basically earning Martino a gold disc and a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. Now, the success of Here in My Heart landed Martino a deal with Capitol Records, which he scored more hits like Take My Heart, Rachel, and You Are Mine. But with the success came danger. Organized crime bought out his management contract and demanded $75,000 as protection. Martino had made a down payment but fled to the UK for safety. Fortunately, his popularity overseas allowed him to thrive. He headlined at the London Palladium and racked up 6 more British chart hits by 1955. But back in America, he faded from the spotlight. Now in 1958, thanks to a family friend kind of intervening, Martino was able to return to the US. He signed with 20th Century Fox Records, releasing 2 albums and 4 singles, but none of them made much of an impact because rock and roll had changed the music landscape. Then came his big comeback. In 1962, Martino's The Exciting Voice of Al Martino reignited his career, leading to a new Capitol Records contract. Now, I heard him do an interview maybe about 10-15 years ago on satellite radio. He had stated once he left Capitol the first time, they had a policy that had it to where you couldn't come back. And I think Val Gilmore, he was the one that kind of pushed Capitol to re-sign him. And that's pretty much came from that interview. That following year, he recorded The Italian Voice of Al Martino, featuring his version of an international hit. I can't pronounce it, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it on there so you can try to pronounce it yourself. With strong television appearances, Martino was once again back in the American public eye. In 1963, Al Martino scored the biggest hit of his career with I Love You Because, a cover of Leon Payne's 1950 country classic with arrangements by Belford Hendricks. This album was recorded because of Belford Hendricks working with Nat King Cole on Ramblin' Rose and Dear Lonely Hearts. Martino's version shot to #3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and all the way to #1 on the Easy Listening chart. The success carried over to the album of the same name, broke into the Billboard 200 Top 10. That same period brought a string of chart triumphs. Between 1963 and 1964, Martino landed 4 more U.S. top 10 singles: Painted a Tainted Rose, I Love You More and More Every Day, Tears and Roses, Silver Bells. He also recorded the dramatic track to the 1964 film Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. Perhaps his most endearing hit was Spanish Eyes, originally composed by Bert Kempfert under the title Moon Over Naples. Martino's 1965 recording became a global standard, which was reissued in 1973. It climbed to #5 on the UK singles chart, eventually earned multiple gold and platinum awards. Till this day, it remains one of the most 50th played songs worldwide. While Martino's chart presence slowed down after the mid-1960s, he continued to find success. In 1976, he put his own spin on Volare, kind of a disco version that brought him back into the spotlight. And of course, outside the music world, Martino kind of made a lasting impression as Johnny Fontaine in The Godfather, which the role was actually offered to Vic Damone first. I know they had Frank Sinatra in mind to play that part, but Sinatra was kind of too old at that time, and the role that connected his velvet voice to one of the most iconic films ever made. Al Martino passed away on October 13, 2009 at his home in Springfield, Pennsylvania, just 6 days after celebrating his 82nd birthday. Passed away from a heart attack. Though he's no longer with us, his smooth voice and timeless recordings continue to touch listeners across many generations. His music lives on as a lasting reminder of an era when songs spoke directly to the heart. All right, that will do it on my story on Al Martino. Thank you for being here on King Cole 1965 for all things Nat King Cole and more. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share and subscribe so you won't miss out on any future stories on the voices of music that shaped history. Till next time, let's keep that music alive. Take care. Bye.